May Allah Almighty bless you all. My brothers, my sisters, many times shaitan makes us become a victim of the squabbles between the scholars. What this means is, you might be listening to someone, you might be benefiting from someone, you might have changed your life because of the effort of someone by the help of Allah. Who is it that guided you? It's Allah. But Allah chooses certain people to guide you, to move you, to make you do things, to help you improve yourself in one way or another, to help you become conscious of Him a little bit more, to help you take the steps in the right direction. And suddenly, whether it's online or just a discussion that you're having with your friends, someone tells you, don't listen to this person. You know what? They're deviant, they're this and they're that. I promise you, it's one of the fitnas we are facing today on earth. We face reality. Many of the young people, they are despondent, not because there is no availability of scholars or guidance, but because they don't know who to follow. They have no idea. When they follow one, he says don't follow the others. When they follow the other ones, they say don't follow those. When they follow someone, a little while later there is a breakaway group and someone says, but those you were following are wrong, and so on. I tell you, there are millions of scholars across the globe. You will never know each one of them personally. You cannot come out and just say this one's astray because I don't know him, I have no clue who he is. Even those whom we may claim we know, in actual fact we probably don't know them. Another thing, every single human being will make mistakes, be it myself or anyone else. They will make mistakes. If you pick up this era, alhamdulillah, you don't follow someone in their mistake, but the same person could teach you a lot of goodness. Imam Malik ibn Anas, when he was known as Imam Dar al-Hijrah, which means the Imam of Medina Munawwara, one of the Imams of the four illustrious schools of thought, he used to say, at the grave of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, ما من أحد إلا ويؤخذ من كلامه ويرد إلا صاحب هذا القبر. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He used to say, there is no one on earth whom you take everything from. You take some of what they say and you have to leave some of what they say, besides the one resting in this grave. Who was he talking about? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. What does that mean? That means everyone, they will say certain things that are probably wrong or a mistake. You will have to discount some of what they say because they might have made a mistake. There are some people who make more mistakes than the good that they utter. You need to be careful. There are some people who say much more good than the few mistakes they may have uttered or made. That is normal. That happens to all of us. Don't get caught in the crossfire between people calling each other names, especially when you know that this world, shaitan, exists and his aim is to turn us away. The reason why I say this, obviously the theme is facing reality. Many young boys and girls come up and say, but you know what, I was told by so-and-so that that person is like this and I shouldn't listen to this one and I shouldn't. Well, then who should you listen to? They would rather be in the clubs and the pubs in some cases. They would rather say, you know what, I'm fed up, I don't want to go to the masjid, I don't want to go to the program, I don't want to do this and do that, subhanallah, because of so much of conflict. But here is a person being taught and reminded about salah and zakah and hajj and truthfulness and reading the Quran and understanding it and attending lessons and durus and trying to expand knowledge and becoming a better person and improving themselves in character and conduct. What else do you want? I mean, that's a stepping stone. Not every school teacher is an expert in every subject. So you will have scholars sometimes who have specialized in kindergarten, which means they would be teaching preschool. Is that an important stage and phase? The answer is yes. When I started off 24 years ago, or 23 years ago, I started by teaching children alif and ba. I was at the madrasa with little children and teaching them how to pronounce the Arabic letters and teaching them how to read Quran, and I was there for a long time. And subhanallah, could anyone say this guy's a deviant because you know what, we don't know this and we don't know that? What don't you know? Subhanallah. And that's how a lot of us have started. And thereafter, perhaps there is a time when you will find some may have the honor of becoming an imam in the masjid, and the others have not had that honor, so they don't have the experience of interacting in that particular way. Some might have traveled to countries and places where the situation is very different. I can tell you something about this country. It is very, very different even from the United States in terms of the way the Muslims are. It is very different even from Australia in terms of the way the Muslims are, and many other ways. The same applies if you were to go to Africa. It's very different. We might be speaking on a level that some people would think, what on earth is going on here? Because they haven't experienced anything that you may have experienced. They don't have an environment as challenging as yours. They're not facing some of what you are facing in terms of challenges. And because of this, they won't understand the way some of the scholars might be speaking in your midst. They may not understand it. The same applies if you were to go to Canada or America or South America or Africa, Arabia, the Middle East, the Gulf countries. Every single nation has its own uniqueness. Every part of the world has its own situation. The scholars of that particular place, or those who have frequented, those who understand, they would be able to navigate perhaps in a better way than others. May Allah Almighty grant us ease. I'm not discounting people from afar, but I'm only telling you, do you know what? Don't let people who have not been in the shoes of others make you think that everyone else is actually astray and I'm the only one who knows and I am the only one whom you should listen to. The rest of them are after money, the rest of them are after fame and name and power and whatever else. It's not true. That is shaitan perhaps trying to make you take your deen away from you, or trying to take your deen away from you. Learn to benefit. You never know, you might be moved by something, your whole life will change. But once your life changes, you might find that the person whom Allah used to initially change your life was actually a grade 1, grade 2 teacher. And now that you've progressed to grade 7, you cannot only remain with that particular person. You respect them for what they did. They are filling a void perhaps that may not be fulfilled by others. But now that you've progressed to the next level, as you make dua for them, you might benefit from others who are more specialized. That's what it is. I want to join a tahfiz. I'm not going to find the same scholar who might have made me realize what bad I was doing and quit it. By the help of Allah, I'm going to need someone else who is actually specialized in tahfiz, memorization of the Quran, or some other subject. Not everyone is going to address this matter. So I've known of people who say that one is astray because he does not discuss this particular topic. And that man will say, well, I've left it for you guys to talk about. Well, I'm specializing in something, understand it, realize it. Perhaps there is benefit in what I'm doing too. So my brothers and sisters, it's important for us to address this matter. Many times people say, oh, that scholar, and it's someone you look up to, you respect. They will say, this person said this and this and this. How do you know? Well, because I saw a clip. Okay, you saw the clip, fair enough. Do you listen to this person? No, I don't listen to them, and I don't want you to listen to them. You don't listen, you don't want others to listen, and you want to know what they said and what they didn't say. How is that possible? It's not going to happen. If they have clarified something that was not so clear, you don't know because you don't listen and you don't want others to listen. So what has happened to your mind? Subhanallah. You think you're going to suddenly be told by an angel that drops from heaven that, you know what, this person's clarified this and this and this, but you don't even listen to them. Subhanallah. So therefore, my beloved brothers and sisters, this deen, this religion, knowledge is extremely important. Yes, you need to know where you're getting it from. You need to know what you are getting from who. But at the same time, what you need to realize is, don't allow shaitan to trap you in the process, because I have come across a growing number of young boys and girls who are losing it simply because they're fed up. They're fed up with the mudslinging that's happening among the scholars. That's why I chose to start this way. My brothers, my sisters, thank Allah. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's given us so much. In our midst, there's so much good. Earlier we were speaking about turning to Allah, praising Him, asking Allah's guidance, and at the same time increasing your knowledge. seeking the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look, every one of us has issues and problems. I have matters in my life that are considered hardships, difficulties, challenges. Without the help of Allah, I'm going nowhere. Allah, I need to call out to Him. I need to seek His help and assistance, and whatever energy and capacity He has given me, I need to utilize it in order to try to solve the problem.